Hi guys, back again with another review of Tales from the Dark Side. This time it's episode 3, Painkiller, which aired in October the 14th, 1984. Basically it's about Harvey. Harvey works in a parts department in a auto dealership. But he has a wife who keeps nagging him and she's very spoiled. And basically while doing so in the kitchen, he pulls his back out. He ends up laying on the floor. And she says, "Oh no, Harvey, blah, blah, blah," and she gives him a cover to sleep the night. Well, he screams and he says the next day when he sees the doctor, he saw his face in the window. And you're like, really? Did he? Now, the doctor is played by Farley Grange, who was from Strangers on a Train, Alfred Hitchcock's classic. So, and he plays Dr. Roebuck. So basically, checks his body and goes, "I can't find any real pain or any real reason why you should be in pain." So he goes home and he's relaxing, and his wife comes in, Nadine, and he's wearing a thing on his head and back. I don't know what it's called. It's like, that thing when people paralysed, they have the head thing on. And she goes, "We can't afford that," and all this, because she wanted to go and get dresses. So she says to him, "You better be going to work." So one day he tries to walk to work, he ends up grabbing the door and be like, "I can't move." And she gets more and more angry with him about not being able to work. And she gets more and more on his case because she's worried about the money. She wants the maid to come in because their savings are running out, and because, well, she's just a real nagger, She's that nagging wife, and she wants him to basically learn computer skills so that he can become a computer programmer. Well, back then in 1984, that was a big thing because we didn't have the kind of systems we had now. They're very basic and very complicated for them then. You got to think this was what, 30 years ago? So yeah. So anyway, so Dr. Roebuck calls him at the time. He goes, "I'll be right in, doctor," because he goes, "He's found a cure for me." And she's like, "Oh really?" And he's like, "Yeah." So he gets there, and Dr. Roebuck is sitting down. And he says, "I found the solution to your problem." And he goes, "What's that?" We need to kill your wife." So Harvey basically laughs it off and says, "Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, all right." And he goes, "So can we do it?" And he goes, "Yeah, do it," thinking they're joking. So next thing you know, Harvey's laying on the sofa. And he gets a phone call and it says that Nadine's dead from an accident. So basically, he goes to see Roebuck, and Roebuck goes, "It wasn't an accident, it was somebody who needed my help before." Because what Roebuck does is he gets people who needed help before to kill someone else's, and then the persons they killed partner kills someone else's partner. So it goes on kind of like musical chairs. You did it, so he does it, then he does it, you see? And I got to be honest with you, Farley Granger was fantastic in this role. He was having a fantastic time. You could tell he was laughing the whole time. You could tell he was just completely enjoying the role. Harvey played by, let me get this right. Harvey played by Lou Jacoby, was just fantastic. He was funny. He was that adorable loser kind of person, where you know he had the pain, but he was also a bit of a loser, and yeah, average nice guy basically. Where you just think, ah, but at the same time you feel like that person is putting it on a bit and so forth. But he's known for being on TV shows back then. And Nadine, who was played by Peggy Cass, she was known for game shows back then. So, the characters in this, there's only really 4 characters, and it just works. I like these because even though it's like 4 people on the screen, it just works so well that it's just so much fun to watch. I never thought that a show like this from the 80s, for people who wouldn't watch this kind of thing would enjoy it. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun because it's not got ridiculousness in it. Like, it's comedy, it's horror, and it's just fun, So one of the best parts about the thing is when the story starts, Nadine and Harvey, they're watching a film. And guess what they're watching on TV? Night of the Living Dead. Directed by the executive producer of Tales from the Darkside, George A. Romero. So it was a good kind of, you know, cameo thing. So yeah, I really like this. I really like this for this episode. I thought this episode, even though it wasn't horror per se, it was more dark humour. It was fantastically funny, and I like that. So I like this episode. So I'm gonna rate it. I'm gonna rate it 3.5 because it's not really horror. It's more about dark comedy and dark humour. So I'm gonna give this a 3.5 because I want to save the big numbers, obviously, for horror. So anyway. Thanks for watching this review, guys. It was a lot of fun, this thing. I highly recommend watching this episode. And remember, once you watch it, you'll be in love with Harvey too. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care and have a lovely, lovely day.